it's Jim from the Movie Rewind, here to review the follow-up to the original Dirty Harry Magnum Force, directed by Ted Post. Mobster Carmine Rica drives away from court after being acquitted on a technicality. An unseen motorcycle cop stops Rica's limo for a traffic violation. Suddenly, the patrolman pulls his service revolver, shoots all four men in the car, and then rides away after the legal system proved ineffective. Several of San Francisco's greatest scumbags are killed off horrifically in spectacular but experienced fashion, leading everyone's favorite hard-nosed Inspector Harry Callahan, played by Clint Eastwood, to suspect these murders are of a cop's doing. However, it isn't just one police officer, but a group of extremists inspired by Callahan. But while Callahan has lines he won't cross, those lines are non-existent to these officers. As men employing vigilante justice, they make Callahan look like Gandhi. Callahan isn't the biggest fan of the legal system, but he is willing to make do with it until it can be improved. "A man's got to know his limitations" is a line repeated beautifully in this film by Callahan himself, adding new layers of complexity to the character. Magnum Force may be the only sequel in the Dirty Harry series that matches the original, or at least it's close to it. Some may even argue it surpasses it. It's not as tight and it lacks the overall novelty of the first, but it isn't lazy either. Most sequels would just ride off the success of the first, but this one didn't. There's no new crazy serial killer that bears a resemblance to Scorpio. No, here our antagonists are disguised within the law, displaying what they consider justice through violent actions. The original Dirty Harry had an underlying theme of vigilante justice, but that is actually further explored in this film to a greater effect. Eastwood brings his casual calmness to the iconic character. This guy's as cool as ice. Actors like Tim Matheson, David Soul, Robert Urich play the fresh-faced cops long before they were ever on shows like The West Wing, Starsky and Hutch, and SWAT. It's a bit odd seeing Hal Holbrook, who doesn't have a tendency to play bad guys, play one here as Lieutenant Briggs, the kind of man who typically gives our hero hell in this kind of flick. As a side note, I gotta give credit to the original film for avoiding that cliche for the most part. You look at that first film, and there isn't one moment where a generic authority figure says, "Damn it, Callahan, you're out of control." Philip Perry also provides some humor as Callahan's partner, somewhat fearful of his life given the track record of Callahan's partners. And Mitch Ryan is rather hostile as the drunk Charlie McCoy, a cop and old friend of Callahan, who Callahan suspects is the murderer. It's sort of surprising how well the film turned out despite some controversy on set with director Ted Post and Eastwood himself, who shared many disputes with the filmmaker. Eastwood must be a producer's wet dream, saving money and time by refusing to do retakes to Post's annoyance, feeling he no longer had control as a director. The young Eastwood was no perfectionist, according to director of photography Rexford Metz, who said the actor was content if at least 70% of the shot was worked out. Despite some issues on set, Magnum Force is a worthy sequel written by Michael Cimino with a unique and different threat that complements our hero in new shades. That's it from the Movie Rewind. Have a good day, folks. Until next time.
This is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world. And it could blow your head clean off. Do you feel lucky?